Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video, we're going to explore something really interesting and exciting. So, if you want to find out what you'll learn by staying with us till the end, make sure to watch the whole video. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. The 1988 USA 5-cent coin, often referred to as the nickel, represents much more than just a small denomination of American currency. It is a piece of history that has captured the hearts of coin collectors and numismatists alike. Its significance goes beyond its role in everyday transactions, offering a glimpse into the artistic, political, and economic landscape of the late 20th century. While the 1988 nickel may not be as widely regarded as some of the rarest and most coveted coins in American history, it holds a special place in the numismatic world, and for those who collect it, it can be a highly valuable treasure, sometimes fetching astonishing amounts at auction. In fact, the rarest examples of the 1988 5-cent coin have been known to reach values of up to $125,000, a price that speaks to the coin's enduring appeal and rarity. To understand why the 1988 nickel holds such significance, it's important to take a closer look at its historical context. By the time 1988 arrived, the United States had seen significant social and political changes over the course of the previous few decades. The 1980s were marked by the presidency of Ronald Reagan, a time of economic prosperity, technological innovation, and growing tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. The decade saw an explosion of popular culture, with new music, movies, and fashion trends shaping the identity of a generation. For many people, the 1988 nickel was just another coin in their pocket, used for buying a soda or a candy bar. But for collectors, the story of the 1988 nickel is one of art, craftsmanship, and the desire to preserve history. In the realm of U.S. coinage, the 5-cent coin has a unique legacy. The nickel, as it is commonly known, was first introduced in 1866, replacing the half-dime, which had been in circulation since the early days of the United States. Over the years, the nickel has undergone several design changes, each reflecting the different eras in which it was minted. The 1988 5-cent coin, however, continued to feature the design that had been in use since 1938, the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse, and Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse. The portrait of Jefferson on the 1988 nickel is based on a famous image created by artist John M. Fraser in 1800. Which has been the standard likeness of the president on U.S. coinage for over 100 years. Jefferson, with his distinct facial features and dignified appearance, gazes to the right, and his image is framed by the words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the year of minting, 1988, beneath his portrait. The coin's obverse also includes the phrase, "United States of America," affirming its place as an official representation of the nation's coinage. On the reverse side of the 1988 nickel, we see an image of Monticello, Jefferson's home, which had been featured on the reverse of the nickel since 1938. Monticello was not only Jefferson's personal residence but also a symbol of his intellectual pursuits, his vision for the new nation, and his interest in architecture and design. The reverse also carries the inscription E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, which serves as a reminder of the unity of the United States despite its diverse population. Beneath Monticello is the denomination of the coin, 5 cents, indicating the value of the coin, while the design of the 1988 nickel was relatively unchanged from the previous few decades. The coin's production was anything but routine. The minting process behind the 1988 nickel was a reflection of both tradition and innovation. By the late 1980s, the U.S. Mint had been using modern techniques to produce coins more efficiently, ensuring that coins like the 1988 nickel were made in vast quantities to meet the demands of circulation. However, due to the ongoing use of nickel and copper alloys, the coin retained a distinctive appearance with its bright, shiny finish and smooth edges. In terms of minting numbers, the 1988 5-cent coin had a relatively high mintage, with the Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint producing millions of coins. While this large mintage means that most 1988 nickels are not particularly rare, there are certain factors that make specific examples of the coin more valuable and desirable to collectors. Condition, for instance, plays a huge role in determining the worth of a coin. Coins that have been well preserved and show little wear and tear are much more valuable than those that have been circulated extensively. A well-maintained 1988 nickel can often be worth more than just its face value, with certain high-quality specimens being worth several times the original value of 5 cents. One of the key factors that contribute to the high value of certain 1988 nickels is their rarity. While most 1988 nickels are relatively easy to find, certain versions of the coin, especially those with minting errors, can command premium prices in the marketplace. These errors, whether they are die cracks, double dies, or other forms of misstrikes, create unique varieties that can make an otherwise ordinary coin into a sought-after collector's item. One of the most notable errors for the 1988 nickel is the double die variety, where the design is mistakenly struck twice on the coin. This can result in doubled lettering or images, creating a coin that is distinctly different from the standard issue. Collectors are often willing to pay top dollar for error coins, especially those with clear and dramatic examples of double striking. Coins with such errors are often sought after at coin shows, auctions, and through private sales, with prices climbing higher as the rarity of the error becomes more widely known. In addition to minting errors, the overall condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its market value. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition, such as those graded as MS-65 or higher by reputable grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can fetch impressive prices. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins that are graded as proof coins, those made with a special process to ensure they have a sharp, high-quality finish, are particularly valuable. Proof coins were not intended for circulation, so they are often in better condition than coins that were used in everyday transactions. For the 1988 nickel, a high-grade specimen in near mint or mint condition can sell for significantly more than a coin that has been circulated. Some collectors and investors are willing to pay hundreds, even thousands, of dollars for an example of the 1988 nickel that is in particularly fine condition or that comes with a unique minting error. But the rarest and most coveted versions of the 1988 nickel can reach remarkable sums, especially when they are auctioned off to the highest bidder. While many 1988 nickels are not especially rare, the most exceptional examples can be worth a great deal. Some collectors have been willing to pay upwards of $125,000 for a 1988 nickel with a significant error or in mint condition. This kind of value speaks to the demand for rare and exceptional pieces within the numismatic world. For collectors who have a passion for U.S. coins, discovering a coin like the 1988 nickel in exceptional condition or with a rare error can be an exciting and financially rewarding experience. So, what makes the 1988 5-cent coin such a treasure? Part of it is its connection to a pivotal time in American history. The 1980s marked a decade of economic growth, political change, and cultural transformation. The 1988 nickel is a representation of that era, both as a piece of everyday currency and as a collector's item that has grown in value and appeal over time. Its design, featuring the portrait of President Thomas Jefferson and the image of Monticello, ties it to the nation's founding ideals and rich history. For collectors, the 1988 nickel offers the perfect mix of historical significance, aesthetic appeal, and the potential for financial gain. It represents the intersection of art, history, and commerce, as well as the ongoing fascination with U.S. coinage. Whether it's the allure of the coin's design, the excitement of finding a rare minting error, or the promise of potentially large returns, the 1988 5-cent coin has cemented its place in the world of coin collecting as a valuable and enduring artifact. To sum up, the 1988 USA 5-cent coin is more than just a simple piece of currency. It's a symbol of an era, a work of art, and a rare find for collectors who understand the intricacies of numismatics. Its value is determined by factors like rarity, condition, and minting errors, but the most exceptional versions have been known to fetch up to $125,000, making it one of the more surprising coins in the world of U.S. numismatics. So, the next time you find yourself with a 1988 nickel in your pocket, remember, it might just be worth more than you think. The 1995 USA 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel, is one of the most intriguing pieces of American currency. Despite its everyday use, this small coin carries a rich history, a detailed design, and a legacy that stretches back more than a century. While the 1995 nickel may seem like a regular part of your pocket change, it actually holds a wealth of significance for collectors and numismatists alike. With its ties to U.S. history, craftsmanship, and the potential for a hefty return on investment, the 1995 5-cent coin is more than just a piece of currency. It's a collectible treasure that can be worth up to $118,000. The history of the nickel dates back to 1866, when it was first introduced into U.S. circulation as a 5-cent coin. Since then, the design of the nickel has evolved, but it has always remained an integral part of American monetary systems. The 1995 version, however, carries the legacy of the Jefferson nickel, a coin that has been a constant in U.S. circulation since 1938. The design, though deeply rooted in history, tells the story of an evolving America and its values. To understand the significance of the 1995 5-cent coin, we first need to explore its design and the symbolism embedded in it. On the obverse of the 1995 nickel, we see the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This likeness of Jefferson was originally designed by artist John Reich in 1800 and has been used on the nickel since 1938. The image portrays Jefferson in profile, facing to the right. It is a dignified and reflective image of the Founding Father, capturing his important role in shaping the nation's ideals of democracy and liberty. The inscription, "Liberty," arches above Jefferson's portrait, while, "In God We Trust," is inscribed to the left, alongside the year of minting, 1995, at the bottom. This iconic portrait of Jefferson is not only a representation of his image but also a symbol of the core values of the United States: freedom, independence, and progress. Jefferson, who was responsible for authoring the Declaration of Independence, is an ideal figure to grace the face of the nickel, representing the nation's founding principles. On the reverse side of the 1995 nickel, we find the familiar image of Monticello, the plantation home of Thomas Jefferson, located in Charlottesville, Virginia. Monticello has been featured on the reverse of the nickel since 1938, and its inclusion is not just a tribute to Jefferson's personal legacy but also to his role as an architect and visionary. Monticello was designed by Jefferson himself and symbolizes his passion for architecture and his vision for a new, democratic nation. The reverse side also features the motto "E pluribus unum," meaning, out of many, one, a reminder of the nation's diverse population and the unity that binds it together. Beneath the depiction of Monticello, the denomination, 5 cents, is prominently displayed, signifying the coin's value. The reverse also includes the words, "United States of America," establishing the coin as an official representation of the U.S. monetary system. The 1995 nickel, like other coins of its era, was struck using a combination of copper and nickel, creating the distinctive appearance and durability that has made this coin a staple in American currency. At a glance, the 1995 nickel may seem ordinary, but as we delve deeper into its history and production, we discover that this coin is not without its unique aspects that can make it valuable to collectors. When examining the minting details of the 1995 nickel, we see that it was produced by both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, which are responsible for the majority of U.S. coin production. These mints worked together to create millions of nickels for circulation in 1995. While the high mintage of the coin means that it is relatively easy to find in everyday transactions, it's the unique attributes of specific coins that make them rare and valuable to collectors. For the most part, the 1995 nickel has a relatively low profile in the world of numismatics. However, like all coins, its value can be influenced by several factors, including rarity, condition, and, of course, any special errors that may have occurred during production. It is these rare attributes that can elevate a seemingly ordinary coin into something highly valuable. The condition of a coin is one of the most important factors when determining its value. Coins that have been well preserved and show minimal wear are far more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. Collectors often look for coins in uncirculated or near mint condition, as these are the examples that are most likely to fetch a premium price. A coin's grade is determined by its physical appearance, including the sharpness of the design, the presence of any scratches, and the overall luster of the coin. A coin that has been graded highly by a reputable service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, will command a much higher price than one that shows signs of significant wear. The 1995 nickel has been known to occasionally feature minting errors that can make the coin particularly valuable. One of the most common errors that collectors look for is the double die variety. In a double die error, the coin's design is struck more than once, creating a visible doubling effect on the letters and numbers. These types of errors are often subtle but can significantly increase the value of a coin. The 1995 nickel is not immune to this error, and a double die variety can be a rare find for collectors. In addition to minting errors, the rarity of certain specific varieties can also drive the value of the 1995 nickel. For example, proof coins, those struck with a special method to create a mirror-like finish, are highly sought after by collectors. Proof coins were not intended for general circulation and were produced in much smaller numbers. As a result, they tend to be in better condition and have more intricate details than coins that were circulated. These coins are often sold directly to collectors through the U.S. Mint, and they can fetch a premium on the market. Even though the 1995 nickel had a large mintage, some unique versions of the coin can be very difficult to find. For example, certain coins may have been released into circulation in limited quantities or may have been hoarded by collectors who recognize their potential value from the outset. As time passes and the availability of high-quality examples decreases, the value of the 1995 nickel continues to rise. It's also important to consider the coin's age and historical context when evaluating its worth. The 1995 nickel was minted during a time of relative economic prosperity in the United States, with the country enjoying a period of expansion following the end of the Cold War. The coin reflects the optimism and strength of a nation that had weathered years of uncertainty and was now moving into a new era of global leadership and technological advancement. As time passes, these historical connections to the coin can add to its appeal to collectors who are looking to invest in American currency as a way to preserve the nation's past. The rarest 1995 nickels, particularly those in mint condition or with significant errors, can be worth thousands of dollars. While the average 1995 nickel may only be worth its face value, the most exceptional examples can fetch as much as $118,000 at auction. This eye-popping figure is a testament to the lasting value of the 1995 nickel for numismatists and collectors alike. For those who happen upon a high-quality 1995 nickel or a coin with a rare minting error, the financial rewards can be substantial. So why is the 1995 5-cent coin so valuable? It's a combination of factors, from the quality of the design to the rarity of certain varieties, the minting errors, and the overall condition of the coin. For many collectors, owning a rare version of the 1995 nickel is not just about the money, it's about preserving a piece of American history and the craftsmanship that went into creating this iconic coin. Whether it's the historical legacy of Thomas Jefferson, the enduring appeal of Monticello, or the potential to unearth a rare and valuable error coin, the 1995 nickel is a perfect example of how something as simple as a 5-cent piece can hold so much more than its face value. As the years go by, the value of certain coins only increases, making them prized possessions for collectors and investors who understand the significance of these rare and fascinating pieces of history. The 2012 USA 5-cent coin, known as the nickel, might seem like an ordinary piece of currency at first glance, but there's a rich story behind it that makes it a captivating subject for coin enthusiasts and collectors. Whether you're someone who casually tosses a nickel into your pocket or a seasoned numismatist with a keen eye for value, the 2012 nickel carries with it more than just face value. In fact, this seemingly simple 5-cent piece has garnered the attention of collectors around the world, fetching up to an impressive $102,000 for the right examples. So, how did this unassuming coin achieve such fame and value? To begin, let's delve into the history of the nickel. The U.S. 5-cent coin has been a staple in American currency for over a century, first introduced in 1866, and since then, it has undergone several redesigns and changes. The 2012 nickel is part of a long-running tradition, continuing the legacy of the Jefferson nickel, which has been in circulation since 1938. While the coin's design remains largely unchanged in terms of its basic elements, the 2012 edition carries nuances and unique features that have led it to become a sought-after collectible. To understand why the 2012 nickel is so significant, it's crucial to look at its design, the minting process, and the special qualities that make certain 2012 nickels particularly valuable. First, let's take a closer look at the design of the 2012 5-cent coin. The obverse, front, side of the nickel features a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, whose likeness has been the face of the Jefferson nickel since its introduction in 1938. This portrait was initially created by artist John Reich and is based on a 1800 portrait of Jefferson by artist Rembrandt Peale. It's a dignified and respectful depiction of Jefferson, who played a key role in American history, including authoring the Declaration of Independence. Jefferson's profile is shown facing right, with the inscription "Liberty" arching above his head and "In God We Trust" to the left. At the bottom of the coin, the year of minting, 2012, is inscribed, signifying the coin's production. The reverse side of the 2012 nickel showcases the familiar image of Monticello, the plantation home of Thomas Jefferson in Charlottesville, Virginia. This depiction of Monticello has been part of the Jefferson nickel design since its introduction in 1938, and it serves as a reminder of Jefferson's architectural genius and his deep connection to the land he cultivated. Monticello itself is an architectural marvel, designed by Jefferson and representing his ideals of order, reason, and beauty. Its inclusion on the coin is not only a nod to Jefferson's personal legacy but also a celebration of American ingenuity and progress. In addition to the image of Monticello, the reverse side features the inscriptions, United States of America, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, and the denomination, 5 cents, prominently displayed beneath the building. These elements further connect the coin to the larger ideals of unity and democracy that Jefferson championed throughout his life. Now that we've explored the basic design of the 2012 nickel, let's look at the minting details and the production of this coin. The United States Mint, which is responsible for the production of U.S. coins, has multiple facilities across the country, including those in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The 2012 nickel was primarily struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with millions of these coins produced for general circulation. The coin is made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it its distinctive appearance and durability. While the 2012 nickel was produced in large quantities and is relatively easy to find in pocket change, it's important to remember that not all versions of the coin are created equal. There are several factors that can affect the value of a particular 2012 nickel, including its condition, minting errors, and other special attributes. This is where the world of coin collecting becomes fascinating and where the potential for a significant return on investment arises. The condition of the coin plays a crucial role in determining its value. Just like any other collectible item, coins in better condition are worth more than those that are heavily worn or damaged. Coins that have been circulated extensively often show signs of wear, such as scratches, dings, or faded designs, which can reduce their value. On the other hand, coins that are in pristine or near pristine condition are much more valuable to collectors. A coin that has been well preserved, often referred to as uncirculated, is a highly sought-after item. Collectors who specialize in U.S. coins often search for specimens that are in the best condition possible, as these coins will hold their value better over time. Grading plays a significant role in determining the condition of a coin. There are several grading systems used by numismatists, but the most well-known and widely used is the 70-point scale, which ranges from poor to mint state or MS 70. Coins that are graded at the higher end of this scale, particularly those graded MS 65 or higher, are the most valuable. For the 2012 nickel, a coin that is graded as MS 65 or higher could fetch a price that is much greater than its face value. Another factor that contributes to the potential value of the 2012 nickel is the possibility of minting errors. Minting errors are rare occurrences that happen during the production process, and they can significantly increase the value of a coin. For example, a double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in a doubling of the design elements on the coin. These types of errors are relatively rare and can make the coin highly sought after by collectors. If a 2012 nickel features such an error, it could be worth much more than the average nickel. In addition to minting errors, there are also special varieties of the 2012 nickel that can increase its value. For example, certain proof coins were struck with a special process to create a mirror-like finish, giving them a sharp contrast between the design and the background. These proof coins were made in smaller quantities and were primarily sold to collectors rather than released into circulation. As a result, they tend to be in better condition and are more valuable than regular circulation coins. For collectors, owning a proof 2012 nickel can be a great investment, as these coins are often more difficult to find and can command a premium price. Another key aspect of the 2012 nickel's value is the overall demand for U.S. coins during this time period. The 2010s were marked by a surge in interest in coin collecting, with many people looking to acquire specific coins from this era as part of a larger collection. The 2012 nickel, in particular, benefits from the general interest in modern U.S. coinage, which has seen a rise in value over the past few decades. As the years go by, the availability of well-preserved 2012 nickels becomes more limited, which increases their rarity in overall value. Coins that were once considered common and easy to find can become rare collectibles over time, particularly when they have been well-preserved or feature unique characteristics. For example, a well-maintained 2012 nickel with no signs of wear or damage and featuring a minting error or rare variety could easily fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Speaking of value, let's talk about the potential return on investment that collectors can expect from the 2012 nickel. While most 2012 nickels are worth only their face value of 5 cents, there are certain rare versions of the coin that have fetched impressive prices. A pristine example of a 2012 nickel in MS 67 or higher condition, or a coin with a significant minting error, could easily sell for several $100s or more. In some cases, especially for particularly rare varieties or those in perfect condition, a 2012 nickel can be worth as much as $102,000. It's important to note that this value is not the norm for every 2012 nickel, but it's certainly possible for collectors to come across a rare specimen that holds such value. Coins that have been professionally graded and certified by reputable services such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, are often the most valuable, as these companies ensure that the coin's authenticity and condition are properly verified. In conclusion, while the 2012 USA 5-cent coin may seem like a small, insignificant piece of currency, it holds a deep history, an intricate design, and the potential for significant value. Whether it's the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the depiction of Monticello, or the rare minting errors that make certain coins stand out, the 2012 nickel is a coin that collectors should keep an eye on. Its potential value, reaching as high as $102,000 for the right specimen, makes it a prized asset in the world of numismatics. So, the next time you find yourself holding a 2012 nickel, take a moment to appreciate its history, its design, and the possibility that you may be holding a rare treasure worth far more than its face value. The 2022 USA 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel, might seem like a mere piece of pocket change to the average person, but there's a fascinating story beneath its surface. While it may not be as widely discussed as other coins, the 2022 nickel holds a unique place in American numismatics and has begun to capture the attention of serious coin collectors. In fact, you might be surprised to learn that some of these seemingly common coins have sold for impressive amounts, up to $88,000, making them highly coveted in the world of rare currency. So, how did a simple 5-cent coin end up being worth so much? Let's take a journey through its history, design, minting process, and the factors that have contributed to its impressive value. Let's start with the historical context of the nickel. The 5-cent coin has been a staple of American currency since it was first introduced in 1866, and it has undergone various design changes over the years. The coin was initially created to represent the purchase of small goods, with the familiar value of 5 cents making it an essential part of everyday transactions. Over time, the nickel has evolved in its design, production, and role in U.S. currency. The 2022 nickel is part of a long line of coins featuring the iconic Jefferson design, a coinage series that has been in circulation since 1938. The Jefferson nickel has undergone various changes in its design, and while the 2022 version may look somewhat similar to the earlier coins, it holds a unique place in American coinage for several reasons. Before we dive into the specifics of the 2022 nickel's design, let's take a step back and briefly explore the evolution of the Jefferson nickel. The coin was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, which had been in circulation since 1913. The Jefferson nickel's design was chosen in a nationwide competition, and the winning design was the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This image has remained on the obverse, front, of the coin ever since, solidifying Jefferson's connection to the country's early history. The reverse side of the coin, however, has seen some changes over time. In 1938, the reverse depicted an image of Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, and this design was retained for decades. In 2004, the U.S. Mint introduced a series of new designs for the reverse side of the coin to celebrate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. However, in 2006, the Mint returned to the classic Monticello design, which continues to this day, including on the 2022 nickel. Now, let's take a closer look at the design elements of the 2022 5-cent coin. The obverse of the coin features a detailed, profile portrait of Thomas Jefferson, which was initially created by artist John Reich and based on a painting by Rembrandt Peale from 1800. Jefferson's profile is depicted in an elegant, dignified manner, a fitting tribute to the president who played such an important role in the formation of the United States. The coin's inscription includes "Liberty" above Jefferson's head, and "In God We Trust" to the left. At the bottom of the coin, you'll find the year 2022, marking the coin's production. The reverse of the 2022 nickel showcases the familiar image of Monticello, Jefferson's plantation home in Virginia. Monticello represents Jefferson's vision of architecture and his deep connection to his land and his legacy. The depiction of Monticello on the reverse side of the coin is accompanied by the inscriptions, United States of America, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, and the denomination of 5 cents, along the bottom. This reverse design is a symbol of unity and the nation's democratic ideals, reinforcing Jefferson's enduring legacy. While the design of the 2022 nickel may seem similar to those of previous years, it's important to understand that even the smallest variations in minting can have a significant impact on a coin's value. Minting details play a crucial role in determining a coin's rarity and potential value, and this is where things get interesting for collectors. The United States Mint, which is responsible for producing U.S. coins, has multiple facilities across the country. For the 2022 nickel, coins were primarily minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with millions of these coins produced for general circulation. These coins are composed of a mixture of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives the coin its distinctive color and durability. While the 2022 nickel was struck in large quantities, certain factors can make a particular coin more valuable than others. One key factor that affects a coin's value is its condition. Like any collectible, coins that are in better condition tend to be worth more than those that show signs of wear. A nickel that has been circulated extensively may display visible wear, scratches, or discoloration, all of which can reduce its value. On the other hand, coins that are well preserved, those that have never been in circulation, are highly sought after by collectors. These coins are often referred to as uncirculated or mint state, and they are prized for their sharp details, lack of damage, and overall pristine condition. Coin grading is a critical aspect of the coin collecting world, and it plays a central role in determining the value of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no flaws. Coins that are graded in the higher end of the scale, such as MS-65 or MS-70, can command much higher prices than those in lower grades. For the 2022 nickel, coins that are graded MS-65 or higher are more likely to be valued higher, and if you find one that is graded in the MS-70 category, you may be looking at a much larger sum than its face value. In addition to condition, the presence of minting errors can greatly increase a coin's value. Minting errors are rare occurrences that happen during the production process, and they can make certain coins much more valuable. For example, a double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in a doubling effect on the coin's design. These errors are highly prized by collectors, and a 2022 nickel featuring such a minting mistake could be worth far more than the average nickel. Other types of minting errors, such as off-center strikes or incorrect planchets, can also cause a coin to stand out and increase its value. Additionally, special versions of the 2022 nickel, such as proof coins, also have the potential to be more valuable than regular circulation coins. Proof coins are made using a special minting process that gives them a high-quality, mirror-like finish. These coins are typically produced in limited quantities and are often sold to collectors rather than released into circulation. As a result, proof coins tend to be in better condition and are more desirable to collectors. The 2022 proof nickel, produced by the U.S. Mint as part of its annual proof set, is an excellent example of a high-quality collectible that could be worth significantly more than face value. One important thing to consider when discussing the value of the 2022 nickel is the general trend of coin collecting in recent years. The world of numismatics has experienced a surge in interest over the past few decades, with more and more people becoming involved in collecting coins as a hobby or investment. As the demand for rare coins grows, so does the potential for certain coins, such as the 2022 nickel, to appreciate in value. It's not uncommon for coins that were once considered common or unremarkable to suddenly become highly sought after as they become more rare or as new collectors enter the market. With all of these factors in mind, it's easy to see why the 2022 USA 5-cent coin is gaining traction among collectors. While most of these coins are worth only their face value of 5 cents, there are specific examples that can fetch impressive amounts. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, those with unique minting errors, and special proof versions of the coin can all be worth significantly more than you might expect. In some cases, a well-preserved 2022 nickel could easily sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. However, for the truly rare specimens, those that are virtually flawless or feature significant errors, the price can skyrocket. In fact, some 2022 nickels have been sold for as much as $88,000, especially those that are graded in the highest conditions or feature unique characteristics that make them stand out from the rest. For collectors looking to invest in rare coins, the 2022 nickel represents an exciting opportunity, with the potential for impressive returns on investment in the years to come. So, the next time you come across a 2022 nickel, don't dismiss it as just another piece of change. Take a moment to examine it closely. It could be more valuable than you think. Whether it's a minting error, a pristine uncirculated coin, or a special proof version, the 2022 nickel has the potential to be a highly valuable collectible. Who knows? You might just be holding a coin worth far more than 5 cents, and with the right conditions, it could even fetch an astounding $88,000.